Hello and welcome to Garage Rock, the podcast, mini episode number 5. My name is Steve, and joining me, as always, a little bit tired, a little bit lost, a little bit dazed, a little bit confused, it's Mr. Cameron Banfield. How's it going, mate?
Yeah, g'day, mate. Not too bad. How you doing? All right?
Oh, yeah, all right. The world's kind of getting back to normal, so that's all right.
Just want to get one thing straight. I'm literally none of those things that Steve just said. I'm sitting here drinking a nice cold filtered water.
Which I couldn't see because the filtered background kind of blurred that out.
Mate, the filtered background makes it disappear, doesn't it? I'm a magician now, Steve. Did you know I'm a magician?
Are you?
Yeah, I can make Coke glasses disappear.
Disappear, yeah, just by having a messenger background. So how are things with you, man? It's been a couple of weeks and we're moving towards, I guess, COVID normal, as they're calling it. How are you finding things?
Yeah, going pretty good. Like I'm pretty optimistic on maybe seeing a live band in the near future.
Yeah.
Maybe not so near like Queensland.
No.
But we're getting there, Steve. We're getting there. I would love to even sit down and I know there's a few acoustic acts and stuff happening, but I'd love to sit down and watch something. I haven't had a chance to go see anything, but I'd love to. It'd be awesome.
Absolutely. And as you mentioned, Queensland, the live music venues in Queensland are back to 100% capacity. How amazing is that?
Can you fucking believe it, Steve? It's like the rest of the world is going downhill, but Australia is, we're getting there. We're getting there. I mean, there's a few stragglers like Victoria for the last 7 months, but we're getting there.
Exactly. And, gigs are starting to happen and festivals are starting to happen. We're getting some announcements of different festivals. Also, we're going to talk a little bit about them. Kingswood, they've got a residency happening at the Corner Hotel. They're playing early and late shows on the 27th, 28th and 29th of November at the Corner Hotel. They've released 3 albums this year, Cam. Can you believe that? That's
crazy, isn't it? And I've got to say, Steve, having a residency in Melbourne with all the restrictions going on at the moment is perfect because obviously there's restrictions in numbers at pubs and clubs. So you might actually get a chance to see one of your favourite bands and a bit more intimate.
Exactly. We'll be finding a lot of bands will be doing perhaps acoustic performances or little boutique venues. So it's going to be very interesting. Just back to Kingswood, I mentioned they've released 3 albums. They released their Juveniles album at the start of the year. Then they released the album Reveries, which is the same songs but just done a different way, just alternative versions of the same songs from Juveniles.
Yeah.
And they've just recently announced that they've got a new Christmas album coming out. All the Christmas classics, man.
Wow, I didn't know this. So what songs can we expect? Have they got Little Drummer Boy in there? Have they got I'm Dreaming of a Mother Flippin' White Christmas?
White Christmas is actually the first track on the album. There you go.
Just like the ones I used to know.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, so they've got a whole bunch of different, there is no Little Drummer Boy, but they've got quite a lot of, the classics. Not so much the modern Christmas songs like All I Want for Christmas Is You, but it's all the, traditional ones. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. All of that kind of stuff. So, as I mentioned, their 3rd album this year, it's coming out November 27th, and the profits from the Christmas record go to Beyond Blue, which is awesome. So there you go, a charity record.
Oh, that's brilliant. And just in time for Christmas, Steve.
It's almost like a well-thought-out plan. Who would have figured?
Well, it sounds like Kings would have been busy in ISO because they're fellow Melburnians as well.
Exactly.
And they've had that much time that they were able to rewrite a whole album.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's brilliant.
Knowing those guys, I'm sure they probably had that in the background.
Yes, very creative, Steve. Now, speaking of creative, I'm talking something for Kate interview, Steve. You got to do that interview the other day. It's not out until Friday the 20th of November, so make sure you check that out. But how did it go? Talk to me.
Yeah, great. I had a chat with Paul Dempsey, the frontman, about the band's 7th album. And, it was a good chat. And Interesting. We talked about conspiracy theorists.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, one of the songs on the album is called An Inside Job, and you'll hear us talk about it a bit more, but he was in a pub with his mate, and they were talking about something to do with Russian science fiction or something, and this guy saw him in and just started chatting to him about, his theories on things, and then he was going for everything, like, 9/11, flat Earth, moon landing, all that kind of stuff. And Paul was, compelled to write a song about it. And the song features Bernard Fanning on backup vocals as well.
Oh, Bernie Fanning. Is Chris Sheeny making an appearance at all after their little collaboration earlier on this year?
No, but I recently interviewed Davey Lane, of course, from UMI, and Chris Cheney is on his record. So there you go.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, Chris Cheney and Phil Jamieson, Vicar and Linda Ball. There's so many people on his album. Jimmy Barnes as well. So, yeah, check that interview out as well. And also check out Davey Lane's new album, Don't Bank Your Heart on It as well, which is a really cool album. It's a very diverse record, which is pretty cool. And, of course, something for Kate's new album, The Modern Medieval, which will be out on November 20th.
Oh, so say g'day to Davey.
Oh, well, I've already said g'day to Davey. I didn't mention you. Sorry, should I call him back and say Cam says hi?
No. I mean, listen to the interview and say g'day to him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
You know
good.
what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
I don't know what I mean. So 20th of the 11th, this Friday, Steve.
Yeah.
Is a big day because obviously the Something for Kate interview is coming out.
Of course.
Through Garage Rock Podcast, but also it's Oz Music T-shirt Day, Stephen. So get your T-shirts out.
So have you got a shirt prepared for Oz Music T-shirt Day?
Always got a shirt prepared for that, Steve. That pretty much is my wardrobe. Is band T-shirts or festival T-shirts or famous Stars and Straps, Travis Barker's T-shirts. So much so that I got a bunch of gift vouchers for my birthday back in June, which
nice.
I haven't been able to use them because I haven't been able to go into the shop. So I actually went in the other day and bought a bunch of nice shirts, Steve.
Oh.
No bands on them, just
really
nice button-up shirts.
Never heard of them.
No. It's a little concerning because it makes me feel, well, maybe I'm getting old, but at least when we go out to other parents' houses for dinner and stuff like that, I won't look like the 17-year-old skater girl in the corner. So,
well, also, what was the? I think it was the last band shirt you bought was Pennywise Fuck Authority.
Oh yeah, that doesn't go down too well in school pickup. What about you, Steve? Have you got a T-shirt lined up? Have we got a UMI or? Did I hit the nail on the head already?
No, you am not. I have the Violent Soho T-shirt that I was hoping to arrive for the last Music T-shirt Day earlier in the year, but didn't arrive thanks to the post. So I'll be wearing that. But also, Violent Soho have just re-released a whole bunch of their old merch.
I saw that.
And there was a T-shirt of theirs that I'd been looking for ages and I couldn't find it anywhere, not even eBay. It's pretty much a Violent Soho version of the Brisbane Bears logo, and it's got a stoned bear holding the Violent Soho sign.
That's a brilliant design, that one.
Oh, yeah. I love it. And so I've got that. I've ordered that. So hopefully for the next Music T-shirt Day, I'll have that. But looking forward to wearing a stoned koala on my chest in the Brisbane Bears logo.
Did you order one, did you?
Yeah. The day it went on sale, because I was like, I've been looking for ages for this. I've got to get it. So I got it. So there we go.
So your Violent Soho T-shirt that you're going to wear this Friday for Oz Music T-shirt Day, is it nice and clean? I don't want to get pictures of it with you all soiled and stuff like that.
No soiling. No soiling at this stage. I'll leave it. I won't wear it until the day. I think it's nice and pressed at the moment in my wardrobe.
I don't want to see any little snail trails on it or anything like that, you know.
Wow. No. Jeez. Anyway, before we do wrap this up, we do have to talk about some new music. We hinted at it last week that the Foo Fighters were going to be bringing out a new song, which they have now. It's called Shame, Shame. What are your thoughts on the new track?
I've got to be honest with you, Steve. I thought it was good, but it really hasn't grabbed me. Maybe I need a few more listens. Mm-hmm. But I just feel like it's a little boring.
Okay. No, fair enough.
You're a massive fan of Foo Fighters,
Yeah.
always have been, always will.
Probably.
I'm interested to hear your thoughts on the song, Steve.
Look, I think it's interesting. It is obviously different. It took me a few listens to sort of really get into it. But, you know, Dave Grohl's gone on record to say that this album's probably like the Foo Fighters equivalent of David Bowie's Let's Dance album. So it's quite a different sound to what we normally expect from Foo Fighters. So it'll be interesting to hear what it's like when the album Medicine at Night drops in February. So, yeah, going to be interesting to see how things evolve over the next couple of months.
Well, I'll be very interested to hear the whole album. Obviously, you don't release the best song off the album straight off the bat. I feel like you're supposed to give a little bit of a teaser. In some cases, that's not the case, obviously.
Yeah.
But I didn't realise he likened it to David Bowie, so I'll be very interested to hear the rest, and that explains why it is a little different, Stephen.
Yeah. Yeah, he said it's like a Foo Fighters version of a David Bowie album.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's,
cool.
It's still going to have that kind of feel, but it'll be interesting to sort of, when the whole album comes out. Another band that just out of the blue, this sort of popped up the day after our last episode, so we just missed out on talking about it then. System of a Down released their first new music since 2005. Can you believe it? 15 years, Cam. They released 2 singles.
I seriously cannot believe it because... number one, I didn't realise it'd been 15 years.
Yeah.
And not to mention the songs could have been better. But, no, Steve, like we've waited 15 years for these 2 songs, Protect the Land and Genocidal Humanoids. Obviously very very interesting titles, so I was already captured straight away. And look, as soon as I started playing them, I'm like, yep, this is System.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was getting into it. I was enjoying it. And then I'm like, there's something missing. Like it's...
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I had high expectations because we've waited 15 years for new music from System. But again, maybe I need more listens. I don't know. But like it's not shit. It's pretty good. Like I definitely like to see him live. Like I can picture myself at a festival rocking out the System hearing both of these songs.
Yeah.
But again, you're a massive System fan. What did you think?
Just like with Foo Fighters, it took me a couple of listens to sort of really sort of get into it, especially Protect the Land. I think it could have been a bit shorter, but I feel that these 2 songs, because we knew over the past few years, System have had all these issues in the studio. Like they've been still playing concerts and still, festivals and everything like that, but they just can't get it to click in the studio. This feels like Darren Malakian's Scars on Broadway songs with Surge added for extra vocals. Like they have that kind of feel more so than it being a System song. Yeah, it's got System of a Down on the tin, but I don't know how much of it is pure System. It does feel like it's missing something. I think also, as you mentioned, the expectation has been 15 years. We're waiting for new music, and look, hey, I still think that they're really good songs. I'm not having a go at all.
Yeah.
But I think people were expecting maybe the next Chop Suey or the next Toxicity from their first song in 15 years, and this isn't it. Which isn't a bad thing because those songs are very hard to match. So, it'll be interesting to see if this is the end. I think that a lot of it had to do with raising awareness for what's going on in Armenia at the moment with the war that's happening over there.
Yeah.
So I think it was more, that's why the band released it for awareness and also to raise money. So it's going to be interesting to see if anything does evolve from this. But I'm pretty happy with them. I like them.
Oh, awesome. Well, we're getting closer, I feel, to seeing them live again. I'm, fingers crossed.
Absolutely. Be grateful to see anything live, to be honest.
Well, I think about the last 20 festivals that we've announced or reported on in this podcast. We have predicted System of a Down.
True.
One day we're going to be right.
True. And look, I've been having to think. Already the main lineup's been announced, but I think the secondary lineups for Blues Fest next year will have System of a Down on it. I think that they'll pair nicely with Kate Miller-Heidke. So it could happen. Probably not, but could.
I think they're playing just before Alanis Morissette.
Right, yes. No, well, understandably. I mean, she's been around for longer, so fair enough. That's probably as good a note as any to end this mini Ep-ISOde, possibly the last mini Ep-ISOde, Cam. Restrictions lifting, we may be able to finally do our 50th episode and do that live stream.
I don't want to poo in anyone's trumpet, but hopefully we can get our proper 50th episode happening. Maybe a live stream. We'll see what happens, eh?
Yeah, fingers mother flippin' crossed. But for right now, we'll wrap this up. Of course, you can get in touch with us at garagerockpodcast@gmail.com and also hit us up on our socials, Cam.
Yeah, socials at Garage Rock Podcast on Facebook and or Instagram. That's where all the cool kids are these days, Steve.
And us. Well, it's been great to catch up with you again, Cam, and to do this another episode under our belt. But for right now, we must say goodbye. I've been Steve.
I've been Cam, and thank you very sweetly for listening so neatly.
Bye.
Bye-bye.